Welcome to Tech Assembler, and in this tutorial I would be covering about iron slides, how iron slide works, what are its syntax, and what are the custom events we can get from iron slides while swapping the slides, and what are its predefined methods, how we can add custom animation. So let's walk through the code with a slide header, and now we're gonna add the syntax for slides. So for slides, this is the syntax for slide, and I just remove all the unwanted things. And now this is gonna refresh. Okay, so here you can see the slides. Okay, this is only one, so I just make it 2 3. Perfect. So now you can see the slide is 3 4 times. I just add one more attribute, that is pager equals to true. This is for your pagination. You can see the dot dot over and down, so on which slides you are currently, so it shows that. Okay, so now if I just wanna, we can have many functions. So here we go. So we just directly go to the events, that is iron slide did change. Okay, so how to use this event? So first we directly go to over here and just paste it like this, and equals to, so I just rename it and pass event that would occur. And now in my TS file I just add this function and catch the event. Okay, so you can just name anything for that this event, and I just console the things, console.log event, and here we go. Just save all the things, and in Ionic app we can see that when I just slide it, so it should pop something. Okay, so and slide it is called every time whenever I change the slides. Okay, so you can see the details over here on which slide I am and what I am doing currently. Okay, so it has all the details of it. So this is how you can use these events. Okay, so I just show you one more event. So iron slide reach end. Okay, so whenever your slide reaches end, so this is how you can add multiple events. Okay, so I just pass the event and use it over here. Okay. And need to catch it, event slash console.log event. Okay, perfect. So now whenever I reaches to the end of the slide, okay, first I shall just turn this off. Okay, so whenever I just reach the end of the slide, so the event is popped. I'm on the end of the slide, and this is how you can achieve many of the events like iron slide reach end, iron slide previous start, whenever the previous slides start, or the iron slide previous slides end, and there are many more events. So you can use these events like what I had just demonstrated you. And now we can see how the methods we can use. Okay, this is the get active index. So how to achieve this? For this we need to give id to our in slides element. So I just give the slide as id and save it. Then over here I will use one more decorator, that is view child, and inside that I will pass slides. Slides means this id which I have assigned to slides. Okay, I will pass over here, and with that one more parameter, that is static, and I just do a false. Okay, and then I will use a variable that is slides. Okay, and now I import Ionic slides and slides, and this is done. Okay, now so to get the active index, okay, on ion slide change, so whenever the slide change, I need to get the active index. Okay, so I just copy this method name and use this variable slides dot get active index. It will return the promise. So then I have to use then method, okay, with then index, and this is arrow function. I just console log the index. Okay, so let's see how it looks. Okay, so on iron slide change, okay, we have I just comment out this console of iron slide change so that we can clearly see the index number whenever I slide the slide. So it gives me 1, okay, 2, 3, and this is how it provide us with the index number. So index number starts from 0. Okay, so I want something that what else can we do with the slide is just add the button below this. Okay, so I use footer and footer. Okay, now I here use one variable that is text. Okay, so I just replace this variable private equals to string, then I assign skip. Okay, so by default every time this variable show skip, and I want to show if index is equals to 3, then only I want to show what text equals to go to dashboard. Okay, so I here use go to dashboard. So this is how we use, and with if, so I'm just using the ternary operator. Okay, and we don't need these bracket, the ternary operator. Okay, why it is showing error? Okay, we need to pass something else, and if it not equals to 3, then text equals to skip. Okay, otherwise skip. So I just save the things, and at the bottom you can see skip, and when I just slide to slide 3, okay, it changed to skip. Okay, so this is how you can achieve a functionality of doing this. So we have 4 slides now. I just make it 3 so that it can be clearly visible, or I should assign a class some property which I have already given over here. Okay, so background 1, background 2, this is how I have just given. So I just pasted the classes. Okay, so for these classes would give, I just assigned a little CSS with the background images so that it looks colorful. Okay, so this gap between the slide is coming due to we have this options, and here we have passed the variable and we did some changes. So let me explain you what these things are. So if you are passing, if you are using like this on an HTML template, so you need to give more things. Okay, so what you can do, you just delete this and you just pass this variable. Okay, so how you can pass, you just give pager equals to true and true because it is an object. So I just, this is the space between, means what is the, if you want to give any space between 2 slides, so it may be between pixels, 100 pixels or 200 pixels. I just commented out. and the speed of the slides while swiping it is 500, that is zero point 0.5 seconds. Okay, and one more thing, that is effect flip, and we'll see how this effect work. For now I just delete it. And this is the nesting. You want to nest the slide. Okay, and this is slide per view. If I just uncomment it, I can see all the 3 slides on in one page. Okay, means how many slides you can view uh, per page. Okay, and this is the direction vertically. So let's see these things, and then I'll show you what is direction vertically. Okay, so this is how you can see all the 3 slides at in one. So I just give it 1. So by default slide per view is 1. Okay, so this is how it works. Whenever I just go to the third slide, okay, I am on the third slide actually. So okay, so I just need a little change because we have only 3 slides and this index start from 0. So we'll never reach to the slide 3 and it will always remain to 3. So this is how it automatically changes whenever you go to slide 3 or come back to slide 2. So these things you can do with these predefined methods, or you can get the previous index like the same way I have get. And is this is end, you can use this method to check this is the end of the slide or the slide length. And the same way you can lock swipe to next, so that a person cannot swipe to next. Okay, you can swipe lock swipe to previous, and these things you can use same way. Okay, this is the slide next. Okay, slide next, on you can specify a button. On that button click, you can uh, manage to slide to a next slide, and this is the same way. Okay, and this is the slide 2. Let me show you this thing. Okay, so I just commented out all these things, and on an ing on it. So this dot slide, again the slide variable dot slide 2 method, and here I want to jump to slide 1. That is the uh, between, means we have only 3 slide, 1 0 1 and 2. So I just directly want to jump to slide 1. Okay, so I will here specify awesome slide 0 and awesome slide 1, and this is the 2. Okay, so that it may be clearly identified. Okay, so we have some error, that slide 2 of undefined. Okay, we have slide 2 index number and many more things. Okay, so why? Okay, we just hope we are going to. Okay, so you need to static true. Okay, you need to do static true for if you are using slide 2 method, or you can use directly true, so that your static uh, method can never be false. Okay, so you want the static slides to be true, so you can view over here. Okay, you just directly jump over here, just control and click. Okay, so we are here, so you can see what the static means. Okay, here we have some more things. That read means true to read a different token from the query element, this. And static means true to resolve query result before change detection runs. Okay, so this is what the static means. You can use true for now. Okay, so that your slide doesn't give error. So you can see directly we jump to slide 1. Okay, and this is the thing. Okay, so I want to show you the custom animations which is given by this Iron slide Ionic team. So I just copy, this is the same thing what we have. So I just copy the whole thing. Okay, and just replace with this. Okay, and here I have replaced. Why it is showing error? Okay, so I use the private, and I just change the variable with the HTML variable. If it is different, okay, it is same. So here you can see. Okay, so again this is on all three sides in and one page. So what here we have to change it to one. Okay, slide per view, we want one slide. Okay, so this is how it works. So you can see the custom animations over here. Okay, this is how it works. And the second animation is the cube one. This is my favorite one. Okay, so how this works, let me show you something. These HTML code you can easily access from the Ionic site, or I may be sharing the whole code to my GitHub repository. You can find the link below, okay, in my description box. And this is how the cube works. Okay, so you can see this, it gives pretty much better look. Okay, and the same way you can use the fade away options. Whenever you swipe the slide, it just fade away and the next slide fade in. And this is how the flip one is also the same, just like a flashcard. Okay, once you slide, it just flip to next slide, and this is all over it. Or you can change the following CSS that they have given. Okay, so first one is the bullet background or the pagination. You can see at the bottom. I just made it false, so let me make it true. Pager true and comma. Okay, so now why it is not appearing? Okay, pager is true, I think, because the this custom animation doesn't support pager, I think. Okay, so no issue. We just give it on an HTML page. So hope this works. Okay, yeah, it works. Okay, it is not taking on this option, so you can just directly give it over here on the HTML, so you can see the how it works. Okay, perfect. And I just made a few things. Okay, let me explain you. And I have just copied the code, so just I replace with my older code. Okay, so here are all the functions which Ion Slides, it's all, not all, most of the functions which are very essential I have used, and I just did all the animation plus all the CSS work, so that I don't have to write again and again. So this is what I just made for you. This is the flip animation, okay, which I just told you over here. It is given flip animation, where it is. Okay, so here it is, the flip animation. You can just directly copy from here, use, or you can see over here. So this is how it works. Okay, so just skip, and these things you can see over here. These all the things which I have made is using the slide. Okay, so one more thing I want to tell you, that here is the option which I forgot to tell you about, uh, the slide direction. Okay, we just give the direction and it's vertical. Okay, just write the vertical and see the magic what it does. So it just slide this, means we are just sliding the horizontal, it just made it to vertical. Okay, so this is how you can achieve the many things. Okay, this is how. And if I just remove it, okay, so because many places you don't need vertical animation, and simply you need this. Okay, so I just give you a brief explanation about what I did. I used the slides. Okay, this is the first section. We consider it a first section, second, and the third section. Okay, and here I used the slide per view 3. Okay, total there are 5 slides, and you can see only 3 slides per view. Okay, so it is showing only 3. And here I use the scroll bar for to show this down cursor. and nothing else, and I use the card. Okay, and here what I used in the second section is the iron button inside the slide. Okay, and here what I used is 5 slides per view. Okay, so that's why it's showing the 5 slides. Okay, you can count 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and by default 6 is selected. Okay, whenever you refresh this page, automatically 6 will come on first. This is what I have achieved. So I will just tell you, and on a click, second is selected, and this is how you can make your custom slide button. Okay, and this is what I just showed you, the vertical sliding using the slides and the iron cards. Okay, so it looks good. You can see the animation over here. So just go to the code and I just let you walk through what I just did. Dashboard. Okay, so here we have our TS, that is logic file, and this is the HTML. Okay, so this is the first section. Okay, what I was talking about, and this, the slide per view is 3. Okay, so what I just did over here is I just used the card inside the slide. Okay, and the background I just did some CSS and nothing else. This is the scroll bar which you can provide, and I removed the page here. Okay, and I just given a slides option over here inside the CSS, and this is the slide per view is 3. Okay, and that's it. And in the next section, this is the iron button. I used Ionic slides, so I just close it, and this is the third section which I have used ng for, that is for loop. I just iterated the numbers, that is 15 times. Okay, on an iron button. So this is how I use the ng for to create a button. And this is the activated class. Okay, activated class means it change whenever you click on a particular item, so that it apply the CSS, that is background color blue. Okay, so whenever the item that is being iterated, like for example item 3. Okay, so we have 3 things, 1, 2, 3, and this is at item 3, and whenever I just clicked, so it passed the item. Okay, that is I clicked on the third part, and it just passed the 3 on click, and where it is, let's go to its function, and on this click the 3 is here, and then this 3 is assigned to the selected item variable. Okay, so we have used this variable over here, so it assigned the selected item 3 to this variable, and then this variable is equals to item, that is 3 equals to 3. That means it is true. So when it is true, just apply the activated class. Okay, for that I used ng class. So ng class over here, you can see this activated, it will automatically apply to this. That means the background color is blue and the text is white. So whenever I click, and that is color activated just on click, so it turns to black. So this is, you can see for a second it turns to black, then white. Okay, so this is how it works. And just moving to the third section, this section, and in this section I use the same thing, that is vertical slide. I just contained in a div. Okay, and I just provided this div a few things, that is height and width. Okay, so height I just use this 90%, and width is 100%. Okay, so for this I just use the iron cards inside the iron slides, nothing else. And the same thing which I have done ng for over the 5 items, and the mode is iOS, so that's why it is showing the box shadow not like this. This is the normal Ionic card. Okay, normal Android material card, and this is the iOS. So you can use by using the mode. Okay, and this all code is available on my Git repository. So if you like the video, and if you have any confusion about the iron slides, you can just comment over below, and I would definitely reply. So if you like the video, please hit the subscribe and stay tuned for the more upcoming videos. Thank you.